The moment the world watched T.D. Jakes collapse mid-sermon, gasping for air as his skin turned pale, was nothing short of terrifying. Millions tuned in that day, expecting to hear his powerful words, but instead they witnessed the unthinkable. What happened next would shake his empire to its core. The shocking discovery made by doctors was just the beginning. Now, as a staggering $100 million lawsuit looms and dark whispers spread like wildfire, the untold battle of Bishop Jakes is finally coming to light. Long before he built his multi-million-dollar empire, T.D. Jakes was just a young boy growing up in a modest home in South Charleston, West Virginia. His father, a relentless businessman, ran a cleaning company that supported over 40 workers, while his mother, a teacher, instilled in him the value of discipline and education. But life had cruel lessons in store. At just 10 years old, Jakes watched helplessly as his father's health deteriorated due to kidney disease. For 6 painful years, he juggled childhood and caregiving, an experience that would later shape his ministry's core message of resilience and faith. Even in his darkest moments, there were signs of his destiny. They called him Bible Boy because he never went anywhere without scripture in hand. He preached to his stuffed animals, imagining grand congregations, and even when his faith wavered as a teenager, an unexpected moment at a party pulled him back. An encounter so powerful, it sent him running from the house, knowing his purpose had just been reignited. But then came another devastating blow. His father's battle with illness ended, leaving 16-year-old Jakes not only heartbroken, but also burdened with responsibility. His mother's health soon declined, forcing him to drop out of high school just months before graduation. The weight of the world was on his shoulders, yet somehow, through the pain, he heard the calling again. At 23, with nothing but faith and determination, he took a leap and opened his first church in a tiny storefront in Montgomery, West Virginia. The congregation, a mere 10 members. To make ends meet, Jakes worked in a chemical plant, while his wife, Sarita, took on a job at a Christian radio station. Money was tight, struggles were real, but the fire inside him never dimmed. He played the piano for his small choir, preached with an intensity that left people in awe, and slowly the church began to grow. Fast forward to 1996, and Jakes made his boldest move yet, packing up with just 50 families and relocating to Dallas, Texas. What happened next was nothing short of miraculous. The first service at the Potter's house barely filled a few hundred seats, but within 6 months, the congregation swelled to 5,000. By the end of 1997, that number doubled. By 2005, a jaw-dropping 30,000 members. His influence spread like wildfire, drawing people from all walks of life. The question wasn't whether Jakes had built a church, it was whether he had built a movement. But with great success comes greater scrutiny. As Jakes's fame soared, so did the controversies surrounding him. Some questioned his teachings, accusing him of promoting prosperity gospel, a belief that faith guarantees financial wealth. Others took issue with his interpretation of the Trinity, fueling debates that refused to die down. And then there were whispers about his lavish lifestyle, a multi-million-dollar mansion, designer suits, luxury cars, things that didn't quite align with the image of a humble preacher. Yet his empire only expanded. Books, movies, television programs. Jakes wasn't just a preacher, he was a brand. His book, Woman, Thou Art Loosed, sold over 3 million copies and even became a feature film. His production company brought faith-based movies to Hollywood, raking in over $500 million worldwide. He was advising U.S. presidents, standing beside world leaders, and launching initiatives that changed lives. But not even the mightiest figures are immune to downfall. The shocking events of November 24, 2024, changed everything. As Jakes lay on the ground, the congregation in stunned silence, paramedics rushed to the scene. And when the cause of his collapse was revealed, it sent shockwaves through his followers. Now, with a lawsuit threatening to dismantle his legacy and rumors spiraling out of control, one question remains. Will T.D. Jakes rise again, or has his empire reached its breaking point? A tweet from 2017 resurfaced recently, where Jakes boldly declared, "If you obey God, "You will never be broke another day in your life." At the time, it seemed like an uplifting message, but now it carries a different weight. Stories have emerged of devoted church members giving up their life savings to his ministry, only to end up struggling financially. Jakes denies being a prosperity preacher, yet his actions, like launching a program to create 1,000 millionaires, make people question his true motives. Then came the shocking twist no one saw coming. A lawsuit that rocked both the church and entertainment industries. Music mogul Sean "Diddy" Combs, embroiled in a storm of allegations, was accused of attempting to use Jakes to repair his crumbling reputation. The 2024 lawsuit, filed by record producer Rodney "Lil Rod" Jones, contained a jaw-dropping claim on page 47 that Combs planned to leverage his relationship with Jakes to fix his public image after abuse allegations from ex-girlfriend Cassie Ventura. The connection raised eyebrows. Jakes and Combs had worked together before, with Jakes' Kingdom Culture sermons airing on Combs' Revolt TV network. They had even been spotted at lavish events together. But was there something deeper behind closed doors? As speculation spread like wildfire, whispers of private parties and secret deals only fueled the fire. Jakes' silence made the public even more curious. But then, on April 15, 2024, in a sermon streamed to millions, he finally spoke. With conviction in his voice, he called the allegations baseless attacks designed to tarnish his ministry. He denied any involvement with Combs' legal troubles and vowed to fight back. And fight back he did. 3 days later, Jakes filed a staggering $100 million lawsuit against Jones for defamation, demanding justice for the damage done to his name. But that wasn't all. He also set his sights on online rumor mills, targeting YouTube channels that had spread conspiracy theories about him. On May 2, 2024, he filed lawsuits against multiple content creators, seeking $50 million from each and requesting YouTube expose their identities. He believed AI-generated misinformation was fueling the attacks, and he was determined to put an end to it. To prove his integrity, he took an unprecedented step, forming an independent investigative board to audit his church's finances and personal records. The results? He passed a lie detector test, publicly released his financial records, and introduced mandatory background checks for all senior church leaders. But was it enough to silence the skeptics? Then came the moment that sent shockwaves across the world. November 24, 2024. The Potter's House in Dallas was packed with over 12,000 worshipers, while more than 2.3 million viewers tuned in live. It was supposed to be a celebration, the church's 28th anniversary. Instead, it became a day of chaos and fear. As Jakes delivered his sermon, his powerful voice filling the room, something unimaginable happened. At exactly 10:37 a.m., he uttered the words, "O Lord, my strength, my Redeemer, let them go in peace." But before he could finish, his voice cut out. The microphone crashed to the floor. Silence gripped the congregation. Then, Jakes began to shake uncontrollably. His usually strong, commanding presence crumbled before their eyes. His eyes rolled back. His skin turned gray. The live stream captured everything. Gasps turned into screams. Panic spread like wildfire. People prayed, some in tongues, others in tears. 3 elderly members collapsed from the shock. The scene was surreal. Jakes, a pillar of strength, now trembling and struggling to breathe. But in the midst of the chaos, a hero emerged. Dr. Mariah Stevenson, a cardiologist seated in the front row, leapt into action. She checked his pulse, barked urgent orders, and initiated emergency procedures. Security sprang into action, activating Operation Shepherd's staff, a crisis plan that cleared the sanctuary within minutes. An usher sprinted through the crowd, grabbing an AED in record time. By the time paramedics arrived 4 minutes later, every second felt like an eternity. Jakes was airlifted to Methodist Dallas Medical Center, a life-or-death journey that took just 7 minutes but felt infinitely longer. The world held its breath as he underwent an excruciating 9-hour surgery. His recovery was brutal. 47 units of blood, 3 additional procedures, 17 days in the ICU. His congregation, his family, his followers, everyone watched, waited, and prayed. And then, on December 18, 2024, a miracle. Jakes appeared on a video call to his congregation, his voice weaker, but his spirit unbreakable. His first words, "I have faced the valley of death, but I am still here." That one moment raised over $4 million in donations for the hospital's cardiac unit. And Jakes wasn't done yet. But what does the future hold for T.D. Jakes? Scandal, lawsuits, near-death experiences? He has faced it all, yet he continues to rise. His name, once tainted by controversy, now carries the weight of survival and reinvention. But in Hollywood and the world of megachurches, one thing is certain: the story is never truly over. And if history has taught us anything, it's that the next twist is always just around the corner. So what do you think? Is this the greatest comeback story of all time, or just another carefully crafted narrative? Let us know in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe for more.